Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dissect the confusing world of business and finance so you don't have to. Today we're diving into Lightbridge Corporation's latest report, and let me tell you, it's all about rewarding the team for hitting some big goals. Lightbridge Corporation, a company we've looked at before, has just filed a current report, kind of like an update to let everyone know what's happening right now. This one specifically talks about giving out awards to key players in the company. The filing tells us that on August 28th of 2025, the big bosses, the board of directors, decided to give out restricted shares of the company's stock. This is a pretty common way for companies to keep their best people motivated and aligned with the company's success. Think of it like a bonus, but instead of cash, it's a piece of the company itself. These awards, called RSA grants, are being given out under their 2020 Omnibus Incentive Plan, which is basically a fancy name for the long-term reward program. They've also approved the specific agreement that outlines how these awards work, and that's attached as an exhibit. We won't dig into the legalese of the agreement itself, but let's break down how these shares are earned, because that's where the real story is. A quarter of the shares these folks get are what they call service-based. This just means you get them simply for sticking around. They'll be given out in 3 equal chunks over 3 years, starting 1 year after the grant date. If you're still working for Lightbridge on those dates, you get your piece of the pie. It's a reward for loyalty. Now here's the really interesting part. 3/4, that's a big chunk of these shares, are performance based. This means they don't get these shares unless the company hits certain specific targets. And these targets are tied to actual company operations. The deadline for hitting these goals is the end of 2029, and the company has until early 2029 to confirm if they met them. And of course, the person has to still be working there when the goals are confirmed. This is a powerful incentive to actually get things done and drive the business forward. The finding emphasizes that these performance goals are designed to be tough to reach, meaning they are tied to really important objectives for the company during this specific period. This isn't just about showing up, it's about achieving real business results. Let's break down how those performance-based shares are divided up. A quarter of them are tied to manufacturing targets. Another quarter are linked to the design and building of a new fuel facility. Then there are goals for commercial success, making up 15%, and another 10% is based on meeting specific funding objectives. This clearly shows where the company is focusing its efforts: manufacturing, building new infrastructure, sales, and securing financial resources. And a crucial point here, if the performance targets aren't met by the deadline, those performance-based shares just disappear. They are forfeited. This really puts the pressure on to deliver. Now let's look at who's getting these awards. The report provides a table showing the total number of shares awarded to the top executives. Seth Grau, the chairman and chief executive officer, is set to receive a total of 290,830 shares. Of that, 72,007 are service-based, and a much larger portion, 18,023 shares, are performance-based. Andrei Mushakov, the executive vice president of nuclear operations, is slated to get 189 shares in total. Again, the bulk of this, 1,089 shares in total. Again, the bulk of this, 147 being service-based. Larry Goldman, the chief financial officer, is also in line for a significant award with 167,809 shares total. His breakdown is 41,157 performance-based. This shows a clear strategy of tying executive compensation directly to the achievement of ambitious operational and financial goals. It's a way to ensure that the leaders are personally invested in the company's long-term success, and that their rewards directly reflect that success. As I mentioned earlier, the actual agreement form for these awards is attached as Exhibit 10-1, so anyone really wanting to dive deep into the specifics can find it there. Finally, the report is signed off by Seth Grau himself, dated August 29, 2025, confirming that this information is officially being submitted on behalf of Lightbridge Corporation. So what does this all mean? Lightbridge is clearly signaling a strong focus on execution and tangible results. By making such a large portion of executive compensation performance-based, they are creating a direct link between the C-suite's rewards and the company's ability to hit critical milestones in manufacturing, project development, commercial expansion, and securing funding. This is a positive sign for investors who want to see management directly incentivized to drive growth and operational excellence. The performance metrics themselves concerning manufacturing, project development, commercial expansion, and securing funding. This is a positive sign for investors who want to see management directly incentivized to drive growth and operational excellence. The performance metrics themselves concerning manufacturing, fuel facility construction, and commercial objectives point to key strategic areas for the company's future. The long performance period through the end of 2028 with detailed targets suggests a well thought out long-term plan. However, the success of these awards hinges entirely on the company's ability to meet those challenging operational. Overall, this filing paints a picture of a company that is serious about its strategic objectives and is using compensation as a powerful tool to drive its leadership team towards achieving them. It's a strong signal of intent and a clear roadmap of what Lightbridge aims to accomplish. What's your take on the stock awards and Lightbridge's strategy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more easy to understand insights into the world of corporate finance. And super important, join our Discord community linked in the description for even more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.